Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our annual Swindon Town Quiz. Hope everybody has had a fantastic Christmas and Boxing Day, and you're all slouched now on the sofa, having eaten and drunk too much, because I certainly have. Tonight, we've got the great pleasure of having Clem on to ask the questions, and Vic will be giving the answers, and hopefully some facts around the answers if we can. So it's only a fun quiz. So get your pen and paper ready, do the competition between the family and things. We'll be doing 6 rounds, and there's 10 questions in each round. So without further ado, let's bring Vic on. Hiya, Vic.
Hi, Chris. We both got silly Santa hats on, which is great.
Yeah, mine's got Santa as a Swindon fan on it. So
I've got a festive cracker. I've got a festive robin. I've got some festive sweets. Look, I'm set up here. I've got a candle. I am, and a festive herbal tea drink. So we're fine. We're all
there you go then.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so should we get this quiz on the road then? Let's bring Clem on. Hi, Clem.
Hi, how are you? Hi, Vic. Hi, Chris.
A very good evening to you.
Yeah, I've got my Swindon beanie on. I haven't got a Santa hat in the hotel, so I put my Swindon beanie on because my board head gets cold.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was going to ask you. I was looking at the weather forecast for Sydney just now. It's 29 degrees there on Saturday.
It is.
It's a little bit less here.
Just a tad.
Yeah. How are you finding it?
Yeah, no, I don't mind it. It's good. It's a bit cold. It was cold this morning. I went for a walk this morning and went to the office, so it was a bit cold, but it's not bad. Not bad. I'm in the hotel. I'm in London at the moment.
Jolly good.
I'll
be in Swindon tomorrow.
Marvellous. Well, it's good. The way things are, the announcement today was there was no announcement about further restrictions, so we aren't going to have any new restrictions before New Year. So you will get a game on Wednesday with a bit of luck. Clem, can you tell us the latest on that? Is there any news that is it definitely going on?
I believe it's going to be on, but obviously I've got to speak to a couple of people tomorrow. So hopefully be on. I'll speak to Ben Gardner and make sure it's on and he's got all these players fit.
Yeah, we want to see Swindon play over the holiday, definitely, without any doubt.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We do. We miss it. So seems ages since we've had a game. So it's okay. So we will be taking some questions, but just keep them to the minimum if we can, because we are concentrating on the quiz, and we will have a panel next Monday. So if there is anything about the Man City or anything, we can answer them next week as well. Okay, and also we have got Rob in the background, so he's there to answer any questions if we need to. So thank you, Clem and Rob, for giving up your bank holiday Monday to join us.
Thank you.
I'm going to leave you with Vic and Clem, and good luck, everybody.
Thank you very much indeed, Chris. Yeah, it's just for fun. There are no prizes, so please feel free to just sit down and try and answer all these questions we've got for you. Not all of them are Swindon Town specific, we should say. Some of them are general, and there are some around Christmas itself. So it's all a bit of fun. So please feel free to take part. And as I said, I got my festive robin. I don't know if you can see him there. There he is. He's in the background. I'm wishing you all the very best. So, Clem, what we'd like you to do is ask the first few questions. They're on League 2. And then after the second round of questions, I'll give the answers to the first round. It'll all become obvious. Okay. So if you'd like to read them out twice, that'd be marvellous. So here we go.
All right. First question is, whose stadium has the smallest capacity? Forest Green Rovers, Salford City, or Crawley Town? I'll ask it again. Whose stadium has the smallest capacity? Forest Green Rovers, Salford City, or Crawley Town?
Okay. On you go then.
Question 2. What is Harrogate Town's nickname? I'll say it again. What is Harrogate Town's nickname? Question 3. Name the top 3 teams with the highest average home attendances this season. I'll say it again. Name the top 3 teams with the highest average home attendances this season. Question 4. Which League 2 club are the only team to host fixtures within the M25? Question 4 again. Which League 2 club are the only team to host fixtures within the M25? Question 5. Which 3 teams were promoted from League 2 last seasons? Question 5 again. Which 3 teams were promoted from League 2 last season? Question 6. As of 2021-22 season, which team has been in League 2 the longest? Question 6 again. As of 2021-22 season, which team has been in League 2 the longest? Question 7. On what date does the League 2 season start next year? Question 7 again. On what date does the League 2 season start next year? Question 8. What has been the highest scoring fixture in League 2 so far this season? Bonus points if you can name the 2 clubs correctly. Question 8 again. What has been the highest scoring fixture in League 2 so far this season? Bonus points if you can name the 2 clubs correctly. Question 9. What is the name of Borough AFC's stadium? Question 9 again. What is the name of Borough's AFC stadium? And question 10. Which League 2 team has drawn Blackpool in the 3rd round of the FA Cup? Question 10 again. Which League 2 team has drawn Blackpool in the 3rd round of the FA Cup?
Lovely. That's round 1, as it were, all on League 2. If there are any questions that you want repeated, please message us in the space below on the Facebook feed, and then we can repeat them at some point throughout the course of the evening. I just had a message on Twitter, Clem, and I was just going to ask you this, and it's from Paddy, and he says, what do you think of people allegedly openly cashing in on Man City tickets for ridiculous prices? I mean, as a fan, I'm horrified by it. What's your thought on that?
I'm horrified about it as well. They shouldn't do that. That's totally wrong. And look, I don't know what we can do about it, but it's wrong. They shouldn't be making money out of people like that. That's disgusting.
So your recommendation to people would be, if that was the case, don't take them up on it.
Don't take up on it. It's not right. It's not right at all.
No, I think we'd all agree with that. As somebody who's hated ticket touts all his life, I can't understand it. And don't do it. It's that simple. Right. That's question 1 out of the way, which was round 1, I should say, on League 2. And if there are any of those questions that you didn't get and you want us to repeat, then please feel free to get in touch and let us know. Right, the next round, Clem, is on women's football. Big in Australia, I think, women's football, isn't it?
It is pretty big in women's football. Pretty big. We've got a couple of Aussie stars over in.
Yeah.
Sam Kerr's over here in, I think she's in Chelsea, actually. Yeah.
Okay, away you go then. 10 questions on women's football.
All right, women's football. Question 1. How many Lionesses scored a hat-trick in their recent 20-0 victory over Latvia? Question 1 again. How many Lionesses scored a hat-trick in their recent 20-0 victory over Latvia? Question 2. When the Lionesses played Spain at the county ground, who scored England's opener in their 2-1 win? Question 2 again. When the Lionesses played Spain at the county ground, who scored England's opener in their 2-1 win? Question 3. Who is the current Lionesses manager? Question 3 again. Who is the current Lionesses manager? Question 4. What was the score the last time Swindon Town women played at the game on the county ground pitch? Question 4. What was the score the last time Swindon Town women played a game on the county ground pitch? Question 5. Who is the all-time highest appearance maker for the Lionesses? Question 5 again. Who is the all-time highest appearance maker for the Lionesses? Question 6. How many times have the Lionesses played at the county ground? Question 6. How many times have the Lionesses played at the county ground? Question 7. Which current Swindon Town women's squad member is a panellist on OSC MNP? Question 7. Which current Swindon Town women's squad member is a panellist on OSC MNP? Question 8. What year were Swindon Town Women FC founded? Question 8. What year were the Swindon Town Women FC founded? Question 9. Who are the reigning WSL champions? Question 9 again. Who are the reigning WSL champions? And question 10. Who has made the most WSL appearances? Question 10. Who has made the most WSL appearances?
Lovely. Thank you very much indeed. That's round 2 then. And we'll get to the answers in a minute. Again, if you want to repeat of any of those questions, please let us know. And I've had a comment here which says, let me have a look. Yeah. From Christian, hello to you. 4 teams went up from League 2, and I'll give you those in a minute, but we're thinking automatic promotion, I think is what we're saying. Right, okay. Shall I go through the answers to round 1? This is League 2. So whose stadium has the smallest capacity? Forest Green Rovers, Salford City or Crawley Town? And the answer is Salford City. Memorable afternoon up there, of course, for Swindon this season. Question 2, Salford City, the answer to that one. Question 2, what is Harrogate Town's nickname? It's the Sulphurites, named because Harrogate is a spa town with sulphur water. So there you are. You always wanted to know that. Name the top 3 teams with the highest average home attendances this season. Well, the top team is Bradford City. Second is Swindon Town, Clem. That's not bad, is it? You're pretty pleased with that.
It's very good.
Imagine. Yeah. And third is Bristol Rovers. So we're above Rovers. That's pretty good. Question 4. Which League 2 club are the only team to host fixtures with the M25? That, of course, is Leyton Orient, who ended Swindon Town's unbeaten run this season recently on that Tuesday night, a 4-1 defeat, you might well remember. Question 5. Which 3 teams were promoted automatically from League 2 last season? Cheltenham, Cambridge United and Bolton Wanderers. The other team was Morecambe, of course, via the playoffs. Question 6. As of the 21-22 season, which team has been in League 2 the longest? Well, it's Exeter City, not far from where I am, who were last outside the division in 2011-12 when they were relegated from League 1. We were due to play them on Boxing Day, of course. That was called off, as it was in 2010 when we were due to play them on Boxing Day, but that was because of snow. Question 7. On what date does the League 2 season start next year? Well, ridiculously early. Saturday, the 30th of July, the anniversary of England winning the World Cup, of course, 30th July 1966. That would be the 30th of July. That, of course, because of the World Cup taking place in Qatar across November and December. That is ridiculously early, Clem, isn't it?
It is early. But
yeah, how do you feel about that?
What do? You can't really do anything about it. So
no.
You just got to deal with it and just work with it at the end of the day. So we didn't have much of a pre-season this year, so we're quite used to it at the moment.
Of course, if it means that we don't get automatic promotion, which of course we will, but if we go into the playoffs, it could mean a very short break for the players, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be hard. So let's see. Hopefully we might get automatic promotion, but time will tell.
Yeah, let's hope so. Right, and question 8. What is the highest scoring fixture in League 2 so far this season? A bonus point if you can name the two clubs correctly. Well, it is 10. Oldham Athletic 5, Forest Green Rovers 5. That was not too long ago. Oldham Athletic 5, Forest Green Rovers 5. Question 9. What's the name of Barrow's AFC Stadium? The venue of Swindon Town's last game, of course, at Holker Street on a very wet Saturday afternoon. What is the name of Barrow AFC Stadium? Holker Street. And 10. Which League 2 team has drawn Blackpool in the third round of the FA Cup? Hartlepool. Which League 2 team has drawn Blackpool in the third round of the FA Cup? So there you are. That's the answers to round 1. I hope you've managed to get those. We'll give you the answers to round 2 after the next section, which I'm sure you might be very interested in, Clem, because you'll want to know a lot about the history of Swindon Town Football Club. So Absolutely. Away you go with question number 1.
All right, question number 1 in history. Before the club became Swindon Town in 1883, what was its name? Question 1 again. Before the club became Swindon Town in 1883, what was its name? Question 2. Who scored the first goal in the 1969 League Cup final for Swindon Town? Question 2. Who scored the first goal in the 1969 League Cup final for Swindon Town? Question 3. Who was the manager when Swindon Town first won promotion? Question 3. Who was the manager when Swindon first won promotion? Question 4. Swindon entered the Football League in 1920 as a founding member of the Division 3 and defeated Luton Town FC in their first game of the season. This result stands as a record for the club in the league matches. What was the score? Question 4. Swindon entered the Football League in 1920 as a founding member of Division 3 and defeated Luton Town FC in their first game of the season. This result stands as a record for the club in league matches. What was the score? Question 5. In the 1987-88 season, who scored the most league goals for Swindon? Jimmy Quinn, Steve White, or David Bamber? I think I got that right.
Yeah.
Question 5 again. In the 1987-88 season, who scored the most league goals for Swindon? Jimmy Quinn, Steve White, or Dave Bamber? Question 6. Which Swindon player was the first professional player to refuse to play on a Sunday? Question 6. Which Swindon player was the first professional player to refuse to play on a Sunday? Question 7. Which manager was sacked on Good Friday and rehired 4 days later? Question 7. Which manager was sacked on Good Friday and rehired 4 days later? Question 8. Before it was discovered that the club was formed in 1879, not 1881, in 1981, the club organised a centenary match. Who were their opponents? Question 8. Before it was discovered that the club was formed in 1879, not 1881. In 1981, the club organised a centenary match. Who were their opponents? Question 9. What season did Swindon first win promotion as champions on the third tier? Question 9. What season did Swindon first win promotion as champions on the third tier? And question 10. What was the name of the cup final the Pablo Di Canio's team reached in 2012? Question 10. What was the name of the cup final that Paolo Di Canio team reached in 2012?
There you are. That's 10 questions on the history of Swindon Town. I would imagine you got most of those. So if you just ought to jot those down, and we'll give the answers very shortly. I don't know if Rob is on the line, because I've got a question regarding refunds on tickets. Is Rob available?
Rob's on the line.
Yeah, he is. If he can just unmute himself, that would be lovely. And we can get this question answered, perhaps. Well, we got a picture of something, but it's not Rob Angus, and he's not muted. So he's muted. So maybe we can get him on later. Oh, is he coming in? No, he's not.
Rob, you online?
Are you there, Chris?
I am. Sorry, I think Rob's just gone away a moment. So he's,
okay, fine. Well, we can ask him.
I'm back.
He's got a Swindon Town top on. Marvellous. Well done. He went off to get a shirt. Very clever. That's, let me see. That's around about 2011, 2012, 2010, something like that, isn't it? That one?
Yeah. Yeah, it might be the unlucky Charlie Austin Bobble one.
It is the Charlie Austin Bobble one. You're quite right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, this question comes from Graham in Stratton, and it regards refunds of Walsall tickets. Obviously, some people bought tickets for the original game, which we know was going to be the 28th of December. That one was called off. Do we know about refunds for that and any other tickets?
Well, for the Walsall game, the tickets that you've bought will be valid for the rearranged game. We will look to deal with refunds, after the Christmas period as soon as we can. Obviously, there's a lot of work to do to get ready for the Man City games. But for those that want refunds, we'll look to deal with that in the coming weeks in the new year.
Yeah, and how many times do you replay that Charlie Austin Bobble through your head, Rob?
Plenty of times. Sadly, Vitco, what might have been.
Yeah, what might have been. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Angus. We'll no doubt speak to you again later. Let's give you the answers to the second round then on women's football. Question number 1, how many Lionesses scored a hat-trick in their recent 20-0 victory over Latvia? And the answer is 4. Beth Mead, Ellen White, Lauren Hemp, Alicia Russo. That's Beth Mead, Ellen White, Lauren Hemp and Alicia Russo. Question 2, when the Lionesses played Spain at the county ground, who scored England's opener in their 2-1 win? Who scored England's opener? It was Beth Mead. That was on the same night the Town played at Newport, bizarrely, if I remember rightly. Question 3, who is the current Lionesses manager? And that is Serena Wiegman. So who is the current Lionesses manager? Serena Wiegman. What was the score the last time Swindon Town women played on the county ground pitch? That was in 2019, 4-3 against Poole. So the answer is 4-3 against Poole. You might well know, of course, they were due to play Exeter this season, but that game got called off after dreadful weather. Question 5, who is the all-time appearance maker for the Lionesses? Who is the all-time appearance highest maker for the Lionesses? And the answer is Farah Williams with 172 caps, extraordinary amount. 6, how many times have the Lionesses played at the county ground? The answer is 3, 2009, 2013 and 2019. Number 7, which current Swindon Town Women's Squad member is a panellist on the Official Supporters Club Monday night panel? And the answer is Honor Fraser. Honor is a regular on the Monday night panel. Question 8, what year were Swindon Town Women FC founded? The year is 1993. 1993, famous year for Swindon, of course. Glenn Hoddle and all. 9, who are the reigning WSL champions? That is Chelsea. And who's made the most WSL appearances? And the answer is Jill Scott, 170 appearances. So there you are. That's the answers to round 2. We'll give the answers to round 3 after the next one, round 4, strangely enough. And this is Who Am I? Away you go, Clem.
Question 1. Born 31st of March 1979 in Brisbane. Signed by Colin Todd in July 2000 whilst playing a trial match for West Ham after being released by Marconi Stallions. Sold to Gilmarnock and went on to play for St Johnson. Manager of Bangkok, 2 games between October-November 2020. Question 1 again, who am I? Born 31st of March 1979 in Brisbane. Signed by Colin Todd in July 2000 whilst playing a trial match for West Ham after being released by Marconi Stallions. Sold to Gilmarnock and went on to play for St Johnson. Manager of Bangkok, 2 games between October and November 2020. Question 2. Born 9th of October 1976 in Paisley, Scotland. Signed by Ife Onara in January 2006 from Chef Wednesday. Clubs have also included Carlisle, Mansfield Town, Manchester City, Bristol City and Grimsby. Has won Scotland under-21s cap. Question 2. Born 9th of October 1976 in Paisley, Scotland. Signed by Ife Onara in January 2006 from Chef Wednesday. Clubs have also included Carlisle, Mansfield Town, Manchester City, Bristol City, Grimsby. Has won Scotland under-21s cap. Question 3. Born 25th of October 1994 in Tower Hamlets, London. Loan spell clubs included Oxford United, Blackburn and Bradford. Started at Southend, making pro debut in August 2013. First goal for Southend was against Oxford United.
Good man.
Not bad. Born 25th of October 1994 in Tower Hamlets, London. Loan spell clubs include Oxford United, Blackburn and Bradford. Started at Southend, making pro debut in August 2013. First goal for Southend was against Oxford United. Question 4. Born 1st of February 1959 in Prescott. Famous for diving in the box. Bought from Pompey in March 1986 after a loan spell in 1985 and sold to Watford in June 1988. Clubs have also included Blackpool, Coventry, Walsall, Stoke, Watford and Hull. Question 4. Born 1st of February 1959 in Prescott. Famous for diving in the box. Bought from Pompey in March 1986 after a loan spell in 1985 and sold to Watford in June 1988. Clubs have also included Blackpool, Coventry, Walsall, Stoke, Watford and Hull. Question 5. Born 7th of September 1967 in Hornchurch. Signed from Arsenal in June 1987. Sold to Plymouth in August 1995 Held director's position at Reading, West Brom and Celtic. Question 5. Born 7th September 1967 in Hornchurch. Signed from Arsenal in June 1987. Sold to Plymouth in August 1995. Held director's positions at Reading, West Brom and Celtic. Question 6. Born 7th of July 1995 in Dagenham, London. Started at Brighton from the age of 12. Signed from Oldham June 2019. Question 6. Born 7th of July 1995 in Dagenham, London. Started at Brighton from the age of 12. Signed from Oldham June 2019. Question 7. Born April 1968 in Aldershot. Joined from Reading, July 1982, previously on loan 1986-87. Sold to Southampton February 1994. Coincidence, his middle name is Dell. Also played for Brighton and Leyton Orient. Question 7. Born April 1968 in Aldershot. Joined from Reading June 1982, previously on loan 1986-87. Sold to Southampton February 94. Coincidence, his middle name is Dell. Also played for Brighton and Leyton Orient. Question 8. Born December 1953 in Edmonton, London. Famously part of an upfront partnership. Sold to Chelsea in 1980 and returned July 1983. Total of 83 goals. Also played for Blackpool, Whitcomb, Wanderers, QPR, Watford and Carlisle. Question 8. Born December 1953 in Edmonton, London. Famously part of an upfront partnership. Sold to Chelsea in 1980 and returned July 1983. Total of 83 goals. Also played for Blackpool, Whitcomb, Wanderers, QPR, Watford and Carlisle. Question 9. Born 7th of October 1991 in Bury. Signed from Leeds September 2015. 3 spells at Stfc, 2 loans. Scored 40 goals overall in 71 apps. Other loan spell clubs: Bury, Crawley, Scunthorpe, Chesterfield and Mansfield. Question 9. Born 7th of October 1991 in Bury. Signed from Leeds September 2015. 3 spells at Stfc, 2 loans. Scored 40 goals overall in 71 apps. Other loan spell clubs: Bury, Crawley, Scunthorpe, Chesterfield and Mansfield. Question 10. Born 9th of October 1993 in Pembury, Kent. Broke his fibula in right leg in 2011. Appeared in the documentary Sutherland Till I Die. Loan spells with Ipswich, Forest, MK Dons, Sutherland. Signed from Cardiff August 2021. Question 10. Born 9th of October 1993 in Pembury, Kent. Broke broke his fibula in right leg in 2011. Appeared in the documentary Sutherland Till I Die. Loan spells with Ipswich Forest, MK Dons, Sutherland. Signed from Cardiff, August 21.
Marvellous. Well done, Clem. Do you want to go and have a lie down after that, lot? That was quite a long,
That's right.
quite a long read. I've got a request to read one of the questions out on the Swindon Town history, so I won't give the answer just for a moment. And it was question 9. What season did Swindon first win promotion as champions of the 3rd tier? So that's question 9. What season did Swindon first win promotion as champions of the 3rd tier? And we'll give you the answer to that in just a moment. I don't know if Rob is there. Are you there, Rob? Can we bring you back on for a moment?
Yeah, I'm back on, Vic.
Yeah. Oh, he's got another shirt on. How marvellous is that? That is relevant to another of the questions that we've got coming up. So I won't say which one. Right. Excellent. And actually, this question is so relevant to what you've just done. This is from Sean. A question for Rob and Clem. Is there any chance of having retro shirts made in the near future? Don't know if you heard, but a lot of fans got scammed quite recently by Sosei Limited Retro Company. Retro shirts, as we all know, I've got a pile of them behind me, and you've obviously got a pile in your drawer, Rob, because you keep bringing out a different one. Are very popular. Is that something you might do in the shop?
Yeah, no, definitely, Vic. We've been talking about having a retro corner in the shop. And on the website, obviously, we've linked. They've heard now. With a retro company previously.
Tops. I think is it Tops?
That's the one. Yeah. So we are looking at that definitely. Also seeing how long the shirt becomes retro, because it might be an option for the current shirt to be quickly become retro.
Well, I've got the black one behind me, the yellow one, and this season's as well. So the red one as well. So I hope they don't become retro too quickly. Otherwise, right. Okay. So that's something you'll definitely look at. And this is from Michael. Just a thought for next year for people who buy their season tickets, may go into a draw. Whoever buys a season ticket, one lucky winner could get their money back for purchasing a season ticket. I think basically what they're saying is maybe a draw from a season ticket holder for this season to go into next season for a season ticket or whatever. I think that's what they're trying to get to. But are you thinking of things like that?
Yeah, no, definitely. We will look at different sort of promotions for season tickets for next year. I think we'll get the Man City game out of the way, and then planning will start for that, and how we manage that, and how we build on the fantastic support we've had from season tickets this year and our season ticket holders. And the memberships as well for the 6-game bundle. So we'll definitely be looking at options and promotions for the season tickets for the 22-23 season.
Marvellous. Right, next time we see you, have you got another retro shirt you can come up with?
I'll try and find another.
Goodness me.
I'm sure you got plenty, Rob.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Rob. We'll speak to you again, no doubt, in a moment. Did you see Man City last night, Clem? Did you watch them yesterday?
No, I actually watched Tottenham versus Palace. I was watching the score. I heard it was like 4-3, and then it went to 6-3. So I went and watched Tottenham Palace.
Oh, did you?
Yesterday.
Well, I think City looked defensively frail, so maybe we can.
We might score a couple of goals. Is that what you reckon?
You never know. Yeah. Oh, I hope so. Yeah, that'd be great.
So do I.
Yeah, I think I don't know if about you, but it's one of those games you can go to and enjoy. There's no pressure on Swindon because let's face it, nobody expects Swindon to win.
But you never know.
You never know the beauty
11 players against 11 players. We might come out blaring. They might think it's going to be an easy run. So you don't know.
Yeah, but a great night, I think.
It's going to be a fabulous night. So it should be good. Be packed house. So it'd be good. Real good.
Lovely. Let's go through the answers then to STFC history. Question 1. Before the club became Swindon Town in 1883, what was its name? It was the Spartans, and contrary to popular belief, I wasn't there when they played. Question 2. Who scored the first goal in the 1969 League Cup final for Swindon? Of course, it was Roger Smart, the great Roger Smart. Don Rogers got the second and the third. Number 3. Who was the manager when Swindon Town first won promotion? Who was the manager when Swindon Town first won promotion? The answer is Bert Head, and you can read all about it in Dick Mattock's new book, Swindon Town's First Promotion, which I believe is on sale in the club shop and online, the Swindon Town online shop as well. So Swindon Town's First Promotion by Dick Mattock, that's on sale right now. Bert Head was the answer to that. In question 4, when Swindon entered the Football League in 1920 as a founding member of Division 3 and defeated Luton Town FC in their first game of the season, this result stands as a record for the club in league matches. What was the score? 9-1. You might well remember that in the 1970s, we beat Bury 8-0 on a Saturday, which was sandwiched in between 2 matches against Arsenal. And that is a record goal difference, as is 9-1, obviously. 5, in the 1987-88 season, who scored the most league goals for Swindon? Jimmy Quinn, Steve White, or Dave Bamber? In the 1987-88 season, who scored the most league goals? Jimmy Quinn, Steve White, or Dave Bamber? The answer was Jimmy Quinn with 21. Dave Bamber got 13 and Steve White got 11. Which Swindon player was the first professional player to refuse to play on a Sunday? Well, the answer is Jimmy Allen, who was a guest on the sofa a couple of weeks back. Which Swindon player was the first professional player to refuse to play on a Sunday? The answer is Jimmy Allen. 7, which manager was sacked on Good Friday and rehired 4 days later? Those of us who were around at the time will never forget that. Lou Macari, of course, is the answer to that. Question 8. Before it was discovered that the club was formed in 1879, not 1881, in 1981, the club organised a centenary match. Who were the opponents? They were Ipswich Town. Ipswich Town were the opponents in that one. And this is the question that we were asked to repeat. Question 9. What season did Swindon first win promotion as champions of the 3rd tier? It was 1995-96 under Steve McMahon. Steve McMahon, the manager at the time. And what was the name of the cup final that Paolo Di Canio's team reached in 2012? Well, that was that disappointing day at Wembley against Chesterfield, who went out 2-0 winners in the Johnston's Paint Trophy. But that was the year they got relegated onto John Sheridan, but they won the Johnston's Paint Trophy. Swindon went up. There you go. That's the way it went. Right, so we'll get the answers to the Who Am I question very shortly after we've been through the next round, which is Stfc players through the ages. Don't forget, if you want any questions, Anne Hughes says, Rob is our own Maria Carey with his outfit changes. I don't know if he sings All I Want for Christmas Is You very well, but maybe we can ask him in a minute. Stfc players through the ages. Away you go, Clem.
Question 1. Who scored a hat-trick on his debut against Barnsley? Question 1. Who scored a hat-trick on his debut against Barnsley? Question 2. Which current Swindon Town player was born in Australia?
Do you know that? Do you know that answer, Clem? Do you?
I hope so. Which current Swindon Town player was born in Australia? Question 3. After John Trollope, who has the record for the most appearance for Stfc? Question 3. After John Trollope, who has the record for the most appearances for Stfc? Question 4. Which current Swindon Town player first signed for Aston Villa but never actually played for them? Question 4. Which current Swindon Town player first signed for Aston Villa but never actually played for them? Question 5. Which super sub has scored the most goals coming on as a substitute? Question 5. Which super sub has scored the most goals coming on as a substitute? Question 6. Dion Conroy has only scored 1 goal for Stfc. Which team was this scored against? Dion Conroy has only scored 1 goal for Stfc. Which team was this scored against? Question 7. Name a current Stfc player who has a university degree.
I'm impressed. I didn't know.
I'm impressed. Question 7. Name a current Stfc player who has a university degree? Question 8. Swindon Town has only ever had one German player. Name him. Question 8. Swindon Town have only ever had one German player. Name him. Question 9. Who has scored the most goals for Stfc? Question 9. Who has scored the most goals for Stfc? And question 10. Which goalkeeper has the record for the most clean sheets for Stfc? Question 10. Which goalkeeper has the record for the most clean sheets for Stfc?
Marvellous. That's that round then. And we'll give you the answers to those after the next round. That's how it works. Yeah, let's go through the who am I then. I won't read all of the clues out because Clem is still recovering from reading out all of those. It was a long one, wasn't it? Question 1. My geography of Australia is not great. So if I said to you, how far is Brisbane from Sydney? What would you say to me?
It's about an hour flight from Sydney to Brisbane. So it's probably a 12-hour drive.
Wow. That's quite a long way then, I would imagine.
Yeah, so it takes you about an hour on a plane.
Goodness.
To get to Sydney to Brisbane.
Well, this player was born on the 31st of March 1979 in Brisbane, signed by Colin Todd in July 2000, sold to Kilmarnock, went on to play for St Johnstone and manager of Bangkok for 2 games. Also, of course, he played in Australia for Marconi Stallions, scored a very crucial goal for us, which helped stay the club in Division 3, as it was then. And it is, of course, Danny Invincible, the greatly named Danny Invincible. Question 2. Born the 9th of October 1976 in Paisley in Scotland, signed by Ifeanora from Sheffield Wednesday. Clubs have included Carlisle, Mansfield Town, Manchester City, Bristol City, but we've forgiven him, and Grimsby. He's got 1 Scotland under-21 cap. It is, of course, currently with the academy, Lee Peacock, who's done invaluable work behind the scenes for you, Clem, hasn't he, Lee?
Absolutely. He's a great guy.
Question 3. Born the 25th of October 1994 in Tower Hamlets, London. Loan spell clubs include a club that plays at the Kassam Stadium, Blackburn and Bradford. Started at Southend, making a pro debut in August 2013. His first goal for Southend was against that club, who plays at the Kassam Stadium. His name, of course, is Jack Payne. Well done to you, Jack, for getting that goal. Question 4. Born the 1st of February 1959 in Prescott, famous for diving in the box, a member of that 85-86 title-winning side, one of the great players, really, Dave Bamber, who we are trying to track down to get on the sofa at some point in the future. It would be lovely to talk to Dave. Question 5. Born the 7th of September 1967 in Hornchurch, signed for Arsenal in June 1987, sold to Plymouth in August 1995, and he's just been appointed, I think, Director of Football at Newcastle United. And his name is Nicky Hammond, who vied for the #1 spot with Fraser Digby for quite a while. Question 6. Born the 7th of July 1995 in Dagenham, started at Brighton from the age of 12, signed from Oldham, June 2019. It is, of course, Rob Hunt. At 7, born April 1968 in Aldershot, sold to Southampton in February 1994. Coincidentally, his middle name is Dell, the Dell, being Southampton's old ground. Craig Maskell, one of the great players in Glenn Hoddle's promotion-winning team. At 8, born December 1953 in Edmonton, London, famously part of an upfront partnership with Andy Rowland, that might help you, and scoring in that 8-0 victory over Bury I mentioned earlier. Sold to Chelsea, returned July 1983. Alan Mays, what a player that was, Alan Mays, and hopefully we'll be talking to him on the sofa before too much longer. Question 9, born 7th of October 1991 in Bury, signed from Leeds 2015, had a couple of loan spells at Swindon, scored 40 goals overall. His name, Nicky Ajose. Nicky Ajose, of course, who's now coaching, I think, at Exeter. And at 10, born the 9th of October 1993 in Kent, broke his fibula in a right leg in 2011, signed from Cardiff in August 2021. Now, this was a moment I was out with my walking football squad, Clem. We were sitting in a restaurant having a nice pizza. I looked at my phone and seeing that we saw that we've signed Johnny Williams. And I have to tell you, I fell off my seat. That's the sort of reaction it got. What a signing. Johnny Williams, of course. And I think everybody is very glad that he's at Swindon Town Football Club. Okay, we'll give the answers to Swindon Town players through the ages shortly. But now, how was your Christmas, Clem?
It was a bit quiet, but I went and saw my manager in London. So, yeah, no, I was just here on my own, actually. So,
Were you? How was
it was
the
a bit
family?
quiet.
Did you get in touch with the family back home?
Yeah, I got in touch with the family back home. So they were having a barbecue and a turkey in nice hot weather.
How different is it? Because obviously, often here it's quite mild and it was horribly rainy the other day. But how is it in Australia?
It's different because you go to the beach on a Christmas day. Like you might have lunch with the family. Then in the afternoon, you might go to the beach because it's so hot. So, or you go for a swim in the swimming pool. So it is a bit. But if you've grown up with it all your life, it's quite normal. But when you come over here for Christmas, it's a lot more Christmassy in England, in Europe, than it is in Australia because you got obviously the hot weather and all that, and you get hot days, very hot days back home.
Yeah, have you been here for Christmas before? Yeah,
I've been here before for Christmas and New Year. So yeah, I've done Christmas in New York and I've done Christmas here in London. So and New Year's Eve. So it is different when you're in cold weather than you are in like New Year's Eve in Sydney Harbour is quite good actually. It's probably one of the best New Year's you can have because the fireworks is spectacular and plus it's hot. So
yeah, we see pictures of the Sydney Harbour fireworks. As far as you know, are they going ahead this year or are they not? Do you know?
I believe so, but a lot smaller than they have in the previous years.
Yeah, obviously restrictions around the world are still in place. No further ones in this country before New Year. It was announced earlier today. So that means, of course, as far as we know, Swindon's game on Wednesday goes ahead against Stevenage, which we're all very much looking forward to. Okay, Christmas then. Let's have those questions, Clem.
Question 1. What is the game played by people in December with the aim of avoiding hearing Wham's Last Christmas Before Christmas Day?
I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it is.
I didn't know that either. Question 1. What is the game played by people in December with the aim of avoiding hearing Wham's Last Christmas Before Christmas Day? Question 2. Which actor starred in It's a Wonderful Life? Question 2. Which actor starred in It's a Wonderful Life? Question 3. What is the first name of the kid in Home Alone? Question 3. What is the first name of the kid in Home Alone? Question 4. According to the song, Do They Know It's Christmas? Where won't there be snow? Question 4. According to the song, Do They Know It's Christmas? Where won't there be snow? Question 5. Who sang Fairy Tale of New York with the Pogues? Pogues, I think it is.
Yeah, Pogues. Yeah, that's good.
Question 5. Who sang the Fairy Tale of New York with the Pogues? Question 6. John McClane is a NYPD police detective in what controversial Christmas movie? Question 6. John McClane is a New York PD police detective in what controversial Christmas movie? Question 7. How many more sleeps are there until it's Christmas, according to Leona Lewis?
Leona Lewis, yeah.
Yeah, Leon Lewis. How many more sleeps are there until it's Christmas, according to Leon Lewis? Question 8. The Preacher's Wife is a 1996 remake of the 1947 movie The Bishop's Wife, starring Denzel Washington and who? Question 8. The Preacher's Wife is a 1996 remake of the 1947 movie The Bishop's Wife, starring Denzel Washington and who? Question 9. What is the subtitle to the John Lennon Yoko Ono song Happy Christmas? Question 9. What is the subtitle to the John Lennon Yoko Ono song Happy Christmas? And question 10. Who stole Christmas? And last one, question 10. Who stole Christmas?
Fabulous. Well done. That's the lot now. That's the whole of the questions now. That's round 7. So we've done all those. Well done, Clem. Thank you very much indeed for that. Don't go anywhere, though, because we've got questions for you in a minute. Let's give you the answers then to the STFC players through the ages. And this is relevant to the shirt that Robert had on a little earlier. Question 1, who scored a hat-trick on his debut against Barnsley? It was, of course, Super Sammy Parkin. Sam Parkin got a hat-trick on his debut against Barnsley. 2, which current Swindon Town player was born in Australia? And the answer is Jordan Lydon. Clem, I would imagine you're the only 2 people in Swindon who might be pleased with the Ashes at the moment. I can't believe
I probably am. I think it's 4. What is it at the moment? Second innings.
31
4 for 31, I think it is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, yeah, I think you might wrap it up tonight. What do you think?
We might, but let's see. Cricket's a funny game.
Yeah, not very funny at the minute, I can tell you. It's not very funny at all. Question 3. After John Trollope, who has the record for most appearances for STFC? Maurice Owen with 601 appearances. 4. Which current Swindon Town player first signed for Aston Villa but never actually played for them? Well, what a character. Harry McCurdy, of course. Harry McCurdy, who never played for Villa. 5. Which super sub has scored the most goals coming on as a substitute? The great Chalky, Steve White, with 10 goals. Steve White was the answer to that. 6, Dion Conroy's only scored 1 goal for STFC. Which team was this scored against? It was against Morecambe on the 23rd of March, 2019. You'll have to have a word with him. He needs to get more goals, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
7, name a current STFC player who has a university degree. Well, not only is he a great player, but obviously pretty clever. Lewis Ward, a degree in sports journalism from Staffordshire University. Well done to you, Lewis. At 8, Swindon Town have only ever had 1 German player. Name him. Stephen Bender, of course, who was goalkeeper in the last championship side under Richie Wellens. So Stephen Bender is the answer to that. To go from Luke McCormick. At 9, who has scored most goals for STFC? Who is the record goal scorer for the club? Harry Morris with 229 goals. And which goalkeeper had the record for most clean sheets for STFC? It's Fraser Digby with 145 clean sheets. So you did well on that. Let's just run through the answers for Christmas. Number 1, what's the game, which I never heard of, played by people in December with the aim of avoiding hearing Wham's last Christmas before Christmas Day? It's Whamageddon. Who knew? 2, which actor starred in It's a Wonderful Life? It was on television recently. Absolutely fantastic film. James Stewart, of course, known as Jimmy. James Stewart. What is the first name of the kid in Home Alone? It's Kevin. According to the song, do they know it's Christmas where there won't they? Hang on a minute. Do they know it's Christmas where won't there be snow? And the answer is Africa. Who sang Fairy Tale of New York with the Pogues? The answer is the late, great Kirsty MacColl. At 6, John McClane is an NYPD police detective in what controversial Christmas movie? Is it a Christmas movie or isn't it? Die Hard. How many more sleeps are there till Christmas, according to Leona Lewis? And it's 1 more sleep. At 8, The Preacher's Wife is a 1996 remake of the 1947 movie The Bishop's Wife, starring Denzel Washington. And who? The answer is Whitney Houston. Question 9. What is the subtitle to the John Lennon Yoko Ono song Happy Christmas? The answer in brackets, War is Over, close brackets. And at 10, who stole Christmas? Well, the Grinch is the answer, of course. Clem, thank you very much indeed for answering all those questions. Is Rob there as well? Chris is going to join us in a moment. Is that a Premiership shirt, Rob? Yeah, it is. Yeah, Glenn Hoddle's Premiership shirt. I remember it well. Not a great season, but we were in the Premiership. Marvellous stuff. Right. Can I just ask you, you'll be aware that the 1st of January is an auspicious date in the football calendar because it means transfers can take place. Now, Clem, what are your thoughts? The embargo still on, presumably. What are your thoughts? It's
still on, but there's some more. I think Rob can answer that a lot better than me.
Okay.
Yeah, we've still got the restrictions, Vic, on the wages, but we have got spots in the squad for the two bands to look at strengthening the squad, and I'm sure come to Clem and me for discussions on. So restrictions only last for one season, and then you obviously got 3 more years to repay the £1 million or so loan from the EFL. But we have got space in the squad to add to it.
I think, Clem, you said that if you felt that the club was doing well enough, then you wouldn't feel the need to go and get rid of that embargo. Are those still your thoughts?
Yeah, they're still my thoughts at the moment. So, but we're having a look at it. We'll speak to the both bands and see what we need and go through it. And if we need some more, if we need to look at lifting it, then we'll lift it. But if we don't, then we won't do it. We're just playing it by ear at the moment.
And how valuable are these next 2 games, Rob? I know, everybody will be thinking about Man City on the 7th of January, but there are crucial games coming up with Stevenage on Wednesday, of course, and Northampton on Saturday. We're still very much in the hunt for a top 3 place and in teams of attendances. These are big games for the club, aren't they?
Oh, they're really big games. Given that we obviously missed having the Walsall game, we've not had a home game for quite a period of time, so it's really important that we get the games on against Stevenage and Northampton. Hopefully the fans who've been starved of seeing live football can come, in their numbers to the county ground, and cheer the guys on to get good results against Stevenage and Northampton.
And Clem, were you thinking at one point, I'm not going to get to see a game? I mean, the way things were going?
Oh, no, I didn't think that at all. I was very disappointed that the Walsall game wasn't on because I came specially for it coming before Christmas, so I wanted to come over and make sure I saw the last game. And there was a few Christmas parties and a few other events that were supposed to be done, but obviously COVID happened and couldn't do it, so it was unfortunate. But hopefully the game on Wednesday will be on and we can see a couple of games, and obviously the game at Northampton on the 1st of January will be on as well, so it'll be good. And then the Man City game.
Yeah, indeed. That little game on the 7th of January. This is from Kerry, Rob. Rob looks a little bit like the legend Sean Taylor. Could you put your left arm up, Rob? Yeah, absolute doppelganger for him. No doubt about it. Yeah, marvellous. Well, thank you both, gentlemen. I think that's pretty much it for the evening. So once again, thank you very much indeed. I'm going to take this off because boy, it's hot.
It's hot.
Thank you both very much indeed for attending this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Clem.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
And also thank Vic for doing the answers for us. A few more thank yous. So very much thank you for everybody for watching this. Hope you've had a good time and it's brought a bit of a competitive spirit between the families. And thanks very much to the rest of the committee who actually wrote the questions. I did write one round of it. I'm not going to tell you which one because I don't think I'll be very popular. Oh. So we'll guess which one that was. So thank you everybody much for watching. Hope to see some of you on Wednesday. Do come into Legends Lounge and say hello. If not, Happy New Year to everybody. And we will see you next week for a Monday night panel after the Northampton game. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.